Hello.
Hi,
Today we're going to be interviewing Cael Chappell.
and we're really going to be breaking down the fibers of what it takes to build community and just connection on an international scale, as well as the scale of just a village. And
Yes. And for all our
right.
artists that are not into visual arts, stay tuned for this because this is amazing and very inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Hi, welcome to Coffee Chat Creatives. I'm Claudia.
I'm Sarai.
And we are at Trifecta Coffee Shop.
It's
Coffee
pretty good.
Company. It is amazing. I got this. It's called New Mexico Fireball. It is the best. If you've ever, it has red chili.
And
And
just
it has,
red chili, no
so
green
it has
chili.
no green chili. It's not Christmassy. It has sweet ground chocolate, cinnamon, and red chili. It is amazing. I totally recommend this one. And what are you having?
I went off script and I got a London fog, but it's because I had coffee already at your place.
Yes, yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's a lot of caffeine. And
Who cares?
I'm probably
It's
gonna
a
go
Friday,
home and drink
so,
more coffee.
Yeah, okay. What are you up to?
Trouble. No, I'm
Trouble.
kidding. So I'm getting ready for Lavender Festival.
Yes.
I know it's July
Lavender,
25th of this year,
Mhm.
and I'm very excited. This is going to be my first year I was accepted, so I'm just working on some posters and things. I understand the theme is Ladybug, and I showed you my little work in progress. I won't show y'all quite yet.
Not yet.
So I'm going to leave it as a surprise.
It's a secret.
I hope I'm going to apply for the poster.
Do.
And
if any other artists
encourage me
that are there, do it. Even if you don't win, it is okay.
It's worth
But
it.
you just put yourself out there. Do it. Although this is probably going to come out after submission date. So
Yes.
get friends that are artists. Do it. It's really good.
It's
It'll
not
work.
that bad. It's not that intimidating, and then you at least get your name out there.
It is.
That's the best thing, is just doing the thing that you have to do and then perfecting it later.
Yes.
So.
I did it in 2024, and I'm still like, yes. I'll be like,
And you won that one.
I won that one.
It was
and then
awesome.
people are like, didn't you? Where do I know you from? I'm like, poster from Lavender Fest,
I know.
2024, maybe.
Yeah, someone was like picking up your stickers, and they're like, "Oh, this was from the Laughter Festival," and we were like, "Oh."
Yeah.
So what have you been up to?
This week, I'm working on a piece that is for the cultural roots.
Yes, we were talking about
I'm
that.
going a little bit different, and I'm trying to integrate my Mexican roots with my American roots. And I don't know, something, it's not top secret. I'm not going to post it yet,
Right.
but I'm working on different style. It's still watercolor, but I don't know.
I'm excited.
And then I have the market. I did two 5-minute sketches this week, and then editing.
Yes, and I'm so glad that we're going to be at
I'm
the
gonna
market at
teach
the
her-
same
oh.
time. Oh, and
I'm gonna teach her how to edit. So next episodes, if we get like, hi, this is Coffee Chat Creative, I'm gonna blame it on her.
If that's us, if the editing looks wonky, it's my bad. If it looks good, it's Claudia's.
I don't know, because I sometimes do funny things too as well. But yeah, it seems very promising. In the market will be fun.
It will be.
And this time we have Cael Chappell, he has a long list of awards and a long list of responsibilities and a lot of things going on. I hear he's famous. Yes, I think you're famous.
I don't think I'm famous, but
Yeah.
it is embarrassing sometimes if people recognize you for your work.
Why?
But
It's good work though, so it's better to be recognized for something else.
better be recognized for something positive.
Can I see you in a mugshot?
Yeah, like, oh wait,
I saw you at the post office on one of those pictures next to no.
Yeah.
Or a wanted.
Yeah.
The milk cart?
Oh my goodness! Like, have you seen this child?
But no, he's welcome, and he does baskets. Is that?
Yes, thank you both for having me today. This is a lot of fun being here at Trifecta. This is one of my favorite coffee shops.
It is.
Come here all the time. I must admit, I've already had one iced cortado at home because I buy all my espresso beans here and make my own iced cortados, which I learned about here at Trifecta.
Wow.
I didn't know what that was, but that's my favorite drink.
Is that what you're getting?
Sometimes I'll have an iced mocha. Today I got the mocha.
Oh, awesome. Well, cheers.
Cheers.
And so happy to have you. Tell us a little bit about how you got into fiber arts.
Yeah, basket weaving. It's sort of a small corner of the fiber arts world.
Yes.
I love fiber arts and the fiber arts world because it's sort of an infinite world.
Okay.
You know, there's spinning, there's dyeing, there's loom weaving, and when you get into loom weaving, there's 10 different kinds of loom weaving.
Right.
Plus, then expanding on that, it just goes infinite. And basket weaving is also like an infinite thing when you combine different techniques and different materials. In different parts of the world, every culture wove baskets.
Right.
If they don't weave baskets, that's because it's been lost. Every culture wove baskets, and it's one of the foundational things that was required for the development of civilization itself. You needed to have a way to carry water. There would be water-tight baskets. You needed to have a way to go out and collect berries, and you have to put them in something. So basketry is one of the oldest art forms in the world too. So anyway, I love baskets. I could talk baskets forever. I got into it because I was working in Africa with African basket weavers.
How did you get into working in Africa, though?
Yes, that's
like I want to see. Like I would tell me the whole
Talk
story.
about just going and doing things like that. Is
like you didn't land just
jump.
in Africa. How did you land?
Yes, no, that's a good point. I had an interesting upbringing and sort of started school in the 8th grade. Graduated high school and went to 1 year of community college, and I was working as a student worker at a community college in Northern California. I think that was getting $3.85 an hour.
Oh wow, making big bucks.
Yeah, and 91. That also was not big bucks in 1991.
No.
But so I knew how to type. I had taken business skills at the college. I knew how to type, and I applied for a job with an African art gallery when I was 19.
Wow.
And they were like, "Yeah, we'll pay you $5 an hour to type."
Wow!
And I was like, "I'm dropping out of school. This sounds interesting."
What the big bucks right there?
Yeah.
So I did that for about 10 years, and they quickly started sending me to Africa. Realized they called me the logistics Olympian. I could do.
But you were living in the States and
living in the
typing
States
for them?
and traveling.
Okay.
Traveling back and forth. So I would travel up to several times a year and up to several months at a time. So over all of these dozens of trips, I spent a number of years on the ground in Africa, but I didn't live there. I lived here.
Okay.
So
what part of Africa did you go to?
All over, but the most, I ended up working in 29 countries in Africa, sourcing African baskets.
Yes.
After I did my stint with the African Art Gallery, they worked only in Zimbabwe, but part of my influence was helping to get other things into the gallery, and I started working with African basket weavers from Swaziland, which is now called Eswatini. The country was renamed by the king a few years ago. From Botswana and South Africa, and so I really have been working with African basket weavers in Zimbabwe going back 35 years.
Wow.
But my primary focus was on this hand-carved stone sculpture from Zimbabwe for the first decade. Then I thought I really would need to do something more for people in Africa and across Africa, not just Zimbabwe. And I also wanted to make sure that the people in Africa were paid a long-term sustainable living wage and that they were taken care of first, not like this is a way to make money. This is a way to support people in villages in Africa so that they don't have what they would call a hunger season. If they're all subsistence farmers, they farm to eat, and if your crop fails, you might starve. So by weaving baskets in the traditional setting, doing traditional work, and having a buyer for it at a fair price, if their crop failed, they could go buy food.
Right.
It transforms thousands of lives across Africa. And that, when I would go village to village, the basket weavers, So I chose Baskets of Africa was my project name. And because they did baskets all over Africa, I
Yes.
didn't want to be tied to one country. I wanted to be able to go wherever the baskets took me.
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Was it really different, like region to region, different techniques and different materials?
Exactly.
Wow.
Yes.
Would you have a personal favorite?
One of my favorites, I have a couple of personal favorites.
Oh.
One is in South Africa, the Zulu people do a wire basket. It's a modern, contemporary form that they started with telephone wire, and now I say we because I was part of the project when we started making the wire in Durban, South Africa, for the basket weaver specifically. So it's a special type of wire now, but it looks like those little thin telephone wires that have all the color on it. So that one's really fun. I love that, and that was invented. That type of weaving was invented by the Zulu people in South Africa. And then my other favorite one is in Uganda, right on the border with the Congo, which is in the news right now. It often hits the news for Ebola outbreaks from the Congo will cross the border. So the last time I was there, it was 1 week after the last Ebola outbreak had been declared over. But they do very tightly coil-stitched baskets, and they use all natural vegetable dyes. So they're using marigolds and cosmo flowers and indigo and madder root to dye their and other plants as well to dye the materials to weave the baskets. So they're really high quality, very amazingly woven baskets. But then the addition of using all natural vegetable dyes, it almost doubles the difficulty.
Oh.
So they're really amazing baskets. That's the widest array of natural dyes I've seen on any baskets in Africa. So
as far as dyes go, why is it important to dye a basket? Does it just help it sell better, or is there a reason? If you there are traditional patterns that are woven, and by dyeing the material before you weave it, you can do these really intricate, sort of amazing traditional patterns too. Each culture is a different does a different type of weaving, a different type of pattern. So it adds interest to the basket, and yes, it does usually make it easier to sell in the U.S. But what U.S. consumers like is not the same as what Middle Eastern buyers or Asian or European. Like they're different. You know, we all have a different aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but it makes these incredibly beautiful baskets. Yeah, Africa's an amazing place. It's so diverse, so huge. People don't really realize that even the United States is smaller than the Sahara Desert alone. I worked mostly in sub-Saharan Africa, and there are over 2,000 languages spoken in Africa. Around every language is a culture. And then a lot of those languages have sub-dialects, and a lot of those sub-dialects have separate culture. It's sort of like the Pueblos here in New Mexico, where we have 19 Pueblos, and there's different pottery styles at every Pueblo. There's different maybe ceremonies that they do at each Pueblo. It's the same in Africa. You could have one village here and another one just 5 miles away, and it's a different dialect. They don't even speak. They can't speak to each other except in maybe the common language. So most people in Africa, if they're like business people or live in a town or a city, they usually speak between 5 and 7 languages each, just to kind of get through the day.
How did you approach people in Africa? Like, did you come in like, oh, this gringo is coming? Oh no, it's not gringo in Africa. It's probably some other term. But how did you approach them and be like, hey, I want to teach you, and be like?
I was always on the constant lookout for like, where is a different, unique type of basket coming from, and is it of a quality that shows potential to be worth shipping all the way to the United States. It's very expensive for the shipping to the United States.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to kind of balance, is this something that Americans might like? Is it something of high quality and unique interest that would make it worth paying these high shipping costs to get it to the United States?
Mm-hmm.
And then you just try things and see what happens. And then sometimes I would be introduced to other weaving groups by the weaving groups I already knew. You know,
but this was in 1990s, right?
Oh yes. So
before,
there were letters written,
internet.
letters written and mailed. if there was something urgent, like, oh my gosh, I'm going in a month and I have to get a message to someone in this village, I would send a fax to the city,
yeah.
and then the city would take the fax and put it in an envelope and mail it out to the village.
Okay.
And then usually they would get it in time.
Okay.
Sometimes they would never get it because mail
Yeah.
service was not super reliable, and it still isn't. But now it's amazing, you know, WhatsApp. Everybody's
Oh, I
on
know.
WhatsApp.
Everybody has WhatsApp.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
constant conversations going on WhatsApp with, you know, a dozen countries or so, all different groups. That has made things very easy. WhatsApp,
Yes.
email, and cell phones. And they actually, in Africa, most people will have several cell phones. There are more cell phones per capita in Africa than there are here, because here we have one phone and it's reliable, and we only need one phone.
Yes.
There they might have several different, you know, if you have T-Mobile and AT&T
Okay.
and Verizon, you'd have to have 3 different phones, because one phone might work in your
For sure.
village, and one phone works in the town when you go into town, and one phone works if you walk a mile and go up on a hill and climb a tree like you. So they have to have several different phones. And since they had a very quick adoption of cell phones across Africa, because they didn't have landlines. They didn't.
Yeah.
It was a lot cheaper to build cell phone networks in Africa than to try to run wires.
That is very. Also in Mexico, everybody has a cell phone now.
Yes.
And it's easier to. And you go to Mexico and everything is communicated through WhatsApp.
Yes.
Even if you're selling cakes, if you're selling, I don't know, quinceañera dresses, everything.
Even in Kenya, in M-Pesa is a service that's tied to your cell phone. It's your bank account. All the transfers and purchases, you go to a vendor and they have their M-Pesa, you know, code there. Scan the code, send the money to their account. Like they have a more cashless society, more ahead of us.
Yes.
Like they've been doing this for a decade in Kenya, for example, where they invented the M-Pesa system. So yeah, it's really amazing. People always think like, we in America especially, we're I don't mean to, we're kind of ignorant of Africa. Like we don't learn about it. We don't get taught it. We don't know about it. It's on the other side of the world.
Yeah.
And people sometimes would be surprised, like, you know, they've got high rises and big downtown areas in the cities.
What do you mean there's buildings?
Right. The cities are millions of people in the cities, like way bigger than Albuquerque, way more services and things in the capitals of these countries. But then when you get out of the capitals, some of these countries, like Uganda, I was talking about, I believe it's something like only 40% of people have access to electricity in Uganda. Once you leave the cities, it's a totally different world.
Yeah.
So I always say the first thing I love to do when I get to Africa and you land in the capital city is leave as soon as possible. Get out to the countryside. I'm not a city person. I'm a country boy. So yes, so I like to get out to the villages and connect with the people there, and because the cities can be quite large and chaotic.
Well, it sounds like you're like throughout your story, you're always like, how can I connect these people together? That's so cool.
Yes.
When did you realize that I want to like be a connector, like kind of like weaving your baskets? I mean,
I'm realizing it right now as you said that. No.
That's so cool.
Well, I knew, so I would go village to village, and they would say, "Oh, you must stay and weave a basket with us."
Oh.
And I would say, "I don't have time. I don't have the talent. I don't have the patience. That's your skill. That you're creative. You can make the baskets." And my skill and my creativity comes in, like literally the logistics. How do I get this from this village to the capital?
Yes.
Shipped, exported, imported on this side. You know, all the paperwork and everything done properly into my warehouse, marketed, sold, and shipped.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of logistics involved in that, and that's that connection from the person in Africa directly to the buyer in the U.S. And people really valued that. I was the only one in the middle, you know, connecting you all the way back to the person in Africa.
You were the landline.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
But not only that, but you were able to see their potential.
Yes.
And say, hey, you could do this. And
exactly.
Well, and I think they saw something in me that I never saw, which is I could weave a basket. And so one day I was actually here in Albuquerque, and I was like, maybe I should learn how to weave a basket. I'll understand it better, and maybe I'll be able to help to sell their baskets better if
you know.
I actually make them. I mean, I've seen thousands of people weaving millions of baskets, but
Yes.
so I had this knowledge and information of how baskets are made in my head, but I'd never actually done it with my own hands. So I was telling that story to someone here at the Fiber Arts Fiesta, which used to be our biggest fiber arts thing here in New Mexico every 2 years, which sadly has been canceled now.
Oh.
But one of the customers said, "Oh, I can teach you how to weave a basket." And I was like, "Really? You can?" So I actually learned here how to weave. And she came to my warehouse a couple times. And the first day she said, "Well, what do you want to weave?" And I said, "I want to weave baskets with a lot of patterns and colors." And she said, "Well, I've never woven a basket before, and I've never woven a pattern before." So she gave me a little bit of the basics, and then I tried to figure it out myself. For the next year, I wove about 100 baskets that first year, little ones, just little baskets.
I saw a picture you have on your website where you have little tiny baskets.
Yes.
Are those them?
They're bigger than that. They were about yay big, but I could do one in maybe 3 nights after work, something like that. So I did about 100. Sometimes I weave really small. There is a picture like on my Instagram now where I have 15 baskets, and the 15 baskets will fit maybe on a quarter.
Yes, we'll post a picture.
Or $1.
Yep.
Yeah, really tiny.
You can share the picture. We can post
Yeah,
it.
do I have a quarter?
I don't think it's not that satisfying creatively making tiny baskets, but people love them. And it's something like, oh my gosh, they're so small. It's fun.
Yes.
And I feel a sense of technical accomplishments, but not really creative accomplishments when I'm making tiny, tiny baskets.
Mm-hmm.
But I will be going to Poland in September to compete in an international basket weaving competition that happens every 4 years. So we kind of call it the Olympics.
How did we not know this?
I know. Well, we don't do fiber art.
I know. That's
nobody knows about this. But 63 countries are coming to compete.
Oh my word.
You have 2 6-hour windows to go from nothing to finished something.
That's not much time.
No. A lot of my baskets will take a couple 100 hours, 80 hours.
Yeah.
80 hours is like kind of about average. So 12 hours, I'm thinking, what on earth can I make that would have some kind of impact that I can finish it in 12 hours? And during this 12 hours, you have the public there, people from all over the world. You have 7 judges that come around and
they're
watch
looking
you,
at you,
ask you questions, and people are
that's the
speaking
most
other languages.
annoying.
It's going to be an interesting experience.
Yes.
But I feel like it's something you got to do once. I was invited to be on the American team. I think we have 4 or 5 people going.
That's incredible.
And Eastern Europe, of course, they do a lot of willow work.
Mhm.
So in 12 hours, they can make something pretty big out of willow. The bigger your material,
The bigger
the bigger the basket. So doing the same amount of work that I might do on one of these tiny baskets the size of an eraser on a pencil, doing the time I take to do that, they might be able to make a bowl like this size because the material is so much larger. And I'm weaving out of a waxed linen thread.
Wow.
So
do you choose your materials?
You can weave with whatever you want. I have woven with dozens and dozens of different types of cordage, threads, strings, twines. I just absolutely love waxed linen thread. So I work in this waxed linen thread from Ireland, and I haven't found anything that I connect with more than that. I just love working in it.
Very meticulous.
Yeah, and that
Okay.
that basket world, like I said, you have almost infinite materials, and you have not infinite techniques, but at least 100 different techniques with infinite materials. So finding that intersection of what technique you love and what material you love is kind of important if you're really getting serious about basket weaving. So you try a lot of different things and find what you love and do that.
Wow. Oh, that is okay. So once you came back from Africa and you had this community, what did you do? How did you?
The community in Africa. It was very satisfying work supporting tens of thousands of people in Africa, because it's not just the weaver. And in Africa, basket weaving is done mostly by women. So literally, after I learned how to weave baskets, and I would sit down and do a little bit of basket weaving with them, they were like, "We've never seen a man weave baskets before," or "We've never seen." I mean, I stand out pretty distinctly when I'm in Africa.
Yes.
And some of these villages, you might have to take a bus 14 hours and then drive an hour on dirt roads, and then the road ends, and then you hike in to meet up with the weavers. And like, there's never been a 6'4" white man in their village before.
That's what I was asking you. Like, how were you received? Was it like? I'm sure it's like very threatening for them to be like, "What?"
It's a little bit of an oddity. Like, we can't believe there's this white guy. And when you get out to the villages like that, everybody's seen a white person except children.
Oh my goodness!
If you get children under the age of 4 or so, they may have never seen a white person before.
Wow.
So
are they scared of you?
They're mostly curious.
Oh, okay.
And like to touch your skin and see what your skin feels like.
Aww.
Because they've never seen it before.
So different.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I had one place I was like, "What are the kids saying?" They're laughing and running around and touching my arms and stuff. And I was like, "What are they saying?" They're like, "Oh, we don't want to translate that for you. We don't want to offend you." I'm like, "You can't offend me. You just tell me. There's nothing that's going to offend me." And they said, "Oh, well, the children think that your skin maybe feels like a snake skin. It looks like snakes, and they're feeling to see if it feels like a snake skin." And then they're laughing and sort of amazed. "It feels the same as our skin. We're all the same." So I was like, "Yeah, exactly."
That's unique.
So just connecting with people on this very basic level. Like, I don't speak any of their languages. They speak 2,000 languages. So
isn't that amazing that you can connect with them by art?
And you can connect through art.
Yes.
You have the common, if you're a painter and you go to or when I go as a basket weaver to Poland, I can't even read the signs or know how to pronounce them. But you connect through the art of basket weaving or loom weaving or painting or whatever your art is. You can connect with people all over the world. Bead making, because you have that in common at your core. Like, I identify as a basket maker, and any basket maker in the world, we have that in common. So it's really cool to connect with people like that.
I gotta say, that is incredible. And there had to be times where it was actually dangerous to go do those things, because you're like hiking in the middle of nowhere, and obviously there's wild animals and things, and
snakes especially. I'm terrified of snakes, mosquitoes. There are a lot of things that can kill you in Africa.
Yeah.
And I used to always jokingly say, because I don't go to Africa much anymore, as I'm focusing now on my local community building project, Fiber Arts on 4th Street over here, Fiber Arts on 4th. But I used to always say to people, like, if I die young, I hope it's not in Africa, because that means something really horrible happened to me. Like, I got bit by a snake, and there's no anti-venom. When you're out that far out, if you get bit, there's nothing that can be done.
It's hours to a hospital. And
yes, I had the massive benefit of all these wonderful people creating these amazing baskets and other things. When I would go, they have a very vested interest in keeping me safe and taking care of me, because I'm that connection, like you were saying, to their buyers in America.
Yes.
And they don't want something to happen to me. So
you didn't need a bodyguard. You just had the village with you.
Yes.
Awesome. Not only that, like, you do build a community. I'm sure there are some really close friendships, like probably some of your translators and things, that you still think about them.
Absolutely. The translators, I'm still in touch with a lot of people.
That is awesome.
I still, if they need help with something, I still send money. I'll be involved in Africa forever, but I just felt like, as one person for 35 years, I did everything I could to help as many people as I could.
That's amazing.
And it's on the other side of the world, so it was really amazing work. And I would always say it takes so little to do so much good in Africa, because just buying their baskets at a fair price.
That's
Yeah.
a beautiful saying.
It transforms their lives and their children's lives.
Yeah.
Since the basket weavers are mostly women, when the women get money, they take care of their children.
Yes.
So the next generations are nurtured and taken care of. And they can access medical care, they can access clean water, they can access education for their children. So I would say probably 95% of all the money that the weavers got would end up going to their children.
That's
So,
very true. Wow.
So
That
was
is so amazing.
Are there any other things you would like to add before we close out and say bye?
Well, there's a couple of great organizations I really love and support. I always, tell my students, first support your local guilds, your societies, your local artist gathering places.
Yes.
And then I love National Basketry Organization. I just finished a term as the president of the National Basketry Organization, and I'm still very involved as the immediate past president. And then one of my other favorite organizations is an international organization called WARP, or Weave a Real Peace. Weave a Real Peace supports indigenous basket weavers all over the world.
Yes.
And when I served as the secretary for over 3 years, our president was from Guatemala, and we had other board members from Mexico, and it's just a very international organization, which is a lot of people really doing good work around the world, like I did with Baskets of Africa. So
That's amazing.
Wow.
That is really great. Well,
That
thank
is
you so
awesome.
much for
Thank
coming on
you.
the podcast today.
And
Thank you. I don't know.
well, this has been amazing. And
Yes.
I don't know, we could still.
Very fluid.
So we stop and we still talk, and we're still talking, and there's so many. I don't think half an hour is going to be enough.
No.
We need to meet with you again in the future.
Please.
That'd be great. I would
But,
love that.
Yeah. it
Just
was-
just to
it was an
end,
honor.
and our favorite question: red or green?
Red or green? The big question.
Yes.
It's funny when we have instructors coming in from out of state who've
Uh-huh.
never been to New Mexico. I have to prep them. Okay, we're going out to dinner. They're going to ask you this, so don't be really, really confused. This is what they mean.
I love that you're like, okay, here's the rundown.
Yes.
That's
Just so
awesome.
you're not embarrassed when they come and you don't have no idea what they're saying. So I'm a green guy. I love green.
Green.
And I will
so cute.
say I go red. I go red just because my wife makes the best red chili. She's from Taos.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She makes the best red chili I've ever tasted. So if I go out anywhere, I never order red. I always order green. I love green, but when my wife makes the red at home, oh, that's the best.
Well, today this one had red chili, so
Oh,
I'm
nice.
saying red today.
Yes.
We're on 4th Street near Osuna. So the next business south from us is the Fruit Basket.
Yes.
They bring up their chilies from Hatch, and they're
Oh.
roasting chilies up there all the time.
It
So we have the
smells
smell of
amazing.
chili
Oh.
roasting.
That sounds so
And you
good.
can come and get your chili or your pinto beans or your Valencia peanuts. They have all the local stuff there at the Fruit
Piñones,
Basket.
yeah.
And then come over and just visit us, come and say hi, and
Yeah.
touch some fibers.
And buy a basket, put all your green chili in.
Oh,
There
yes,
you go.
yes.
The red chili
So
too.
I really enjoyed this. Really
I know,
enjoyed this.
thank you
This
Thank
is
you.
so
so
much.
fun. You have so much passion and you apply it. So that's amazing to watch and know.
I know. We need to do a second one.
Yes.
Because
Part two.
he knows so much and is so amazing
Yes.
and can deliver it. And
You did it.
Thank
so
so
we
you.
touch one
Thank you,
subject
guys.
and keep on going on some other. I diagnosed him with ADHD because he's already going to other topics and other topics. But yes. So thank you very much for listening and watching. Subscribe, like and share, and follow.
Yes, and click all the buttons and just do whatever the buttons do.
Yes.
There we go.
And go visit Fiber Arts.
Yes, on
on
board.
4th.
I wrote some for it.
Thank